Hey there guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 32. We're going to be talking about the news briefly, then we're going to get into that Nintendo Direct that happened a while back, and then games we've been playing, and then a little bit of Your Name, which is a anime movie that we saw last week, I believe. So let's just get into the news. It's not much. It's pretty much just like a bunch of trailers and stuff. So the first trailer is Thor Ragnarok. We finally got a teaser trailer for that, and it looks pretty fun. If I do say so myself.
Yeah, it looks a lot better than Dark World or Revi, because it actually looks like I would care about it. Like, it's going in a weird direction where it's like they're in space and stuff. Like, it looks like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie just with like Thor. It's really weird, but I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know where they're going with it, but I'm happy that they're going in this weird direction. Like, what did you thought about it?
The way they started out, it's like so you're wondering how I got here. So
yeah, they start with that meme. I'm like, oh, okay.
And then Thor's hammer gets broken, and we see him go to some planet, I guess, and Hulk's there. So that's pretty cool. I want this movie to do well. I feel like that it will, because that's what Marvel does with their movies a lot. So I don't know. I feel like that this is definitely going to be a good movie for November, and I'm excited to see it. Excited to see more of it, because it's been a while since actually we haven't seen any of the movie until now, and before then it was just like talks about who was in it and casting and all this other stuff. So very happy that we finally got a teaser trailer for this movie. Yeah,
me too. I just hope it's better than Dark World, because that movie was okay.
Yeah, Dark World didn't exactly do anything spectacular. It sort of was just like, hey, we need a Thor movie in between the first Avenger and the second one, so here you go. But yeah, now we got Thor 3 Ragnarok, so pretty excited for it.
Alright, so Uncharted The Lost Legacies launches on August 22nd for $40. So this is like that like spin-off game, not spin-off game, but it's like
a short continuation of Chloe and the other girl's adventure after Uncharted 4.
Okay.
Much.
So since it's like a lower, price, it's going to be a lot shorter probably, right?
Yeah, this is most likely just like a story based game. If there is multiplayer, that would be cool, but I'm not exactly sure if they are planning on doing that. But yeah, this game's going to be launching towards the end of this summer. It's going to retail for $40, which is pretty good, I think. I think that all games should retail for that price, because I feel like that's like the sweet spot for games, in my opinion. Because like $60 is a little bit too much, in my opinion, but you know what? I think 40 is like the right price point. So The Lost Legacy, I'm excited for it. I'm not exactly like hyped for it like I was with like Uncharted 4 and stuff like that. But I am looking forward to this, and I'm hoping that it does well.
Well, yeah, it's mostly just an in-between thing, because I don't think The Last of Us 2 is supposed to come out 2018, right? Or
we actually don't know when The Last of Us 2 is supposed to come out. Well, they have not said, but they are still working on it to this day. So
yeah, I'm assuming it's going to launch 2018. So yeah. I think this is just a holdover game, because Naughty Dog doesn't really have anything for this year. So it's like, all right, let's do something so they can put this. So hopefully it's good. Uncharted fans get one more thing, because 4 was supposed to be like the last one, I guess, but they could do some more spin-offs and stuff with other characters. So that's cool. That Uncharted fans are getting something.
Yeah, the Uncharted world's definitely got a lot of unique characters, and a fan favorite Chloe's in here, so that's very good.
It's still a thing I need to play, but I'll do that eventually.
Yeah, one of these days you'll do that. The Naruto animator, I'm not even going to try to butcher his name, but he actually passed away because he overworked himself, sadly. So I think that this was actually a while back. He passed away on March 19th, but it only recently, I guess, came to light. People started finding out that he did pass away from overworking. So that's just, I guess, a sign that you should learn what your limitations are. And
I noticed this happens a lot over there in Japan and Korea and stuff. Like, a lot of people just overwork themselves and just die. Like, they just forget how to take care of themselves. It's like a common thing there for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, that's pretty sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess this is just a lesson to everyone else who wants to do what they want to do as like a dream, or like whatever they're doing right now as like a job. obviously take some breaks, know your limits, and try to not overwork yourself.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with like some Twitch streamers. Like some dude streamed for like 24 hours and just died.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so don't go overboard, guys. Know when to take care of yourself.
Yeah,
because you could just die.
That just sucks. So.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But the NES Classic got discontinued, which is also sad. Nintendo is not really having a good time when it comes to like stock and stuff, because they never have anything available ever, and they never tell you when anything's going to be discontinued. So this just continues the trend of stuff just dying. So thanks, Nintendo. So basically,
I made a whole video about this, and like it's pretty much just them shooting themselves in the foot right now.
Yeah,
because this pretty much them printing money. Like they don't really need to do much. There's not staff working on NES games, like these are just old games that they put onto a little console for $60, and then they put it out on the market, and people are buying this thing for upwards up to like $200 after it was announced that it's discontinued. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if I go on now and I see that price even higher. So
yeah, I mean, I think this was good for people who like don't really want to get a Nintendo system and then buy everything through the virtual console. It's mostly for people's like either for a collection, or like people like, oh, I remember those games in my childhood, let me buy this, and then you get it and then you play a Zelda or whatever. So that's what it was really used for. Like I guess you want to talk about the SNES one, or you want to wait for that one?
I mean, I guess we could talk about it now.
Right.
There's a rumor that the SNES Classic's supposed to, I guess, be announced or come out soon.
See, like that, I'm more interested in this one just because I think SNES games are way more fun, and I like them a lot more.
Same.
Yeah, so this is something I could see myself buying, but for NES games, I feel like it's just like I could play those anywhere at this point. Like same thing with SNES games, but they're more fleshed out. You know what I mean? Like Mario World is one of my favorite Mario games. Link to the Past is really good. Super Metroid. All those games, Kirby Superstar, I love all those games. So this is something I can see myself buying. But the the NES Classic discontinuing is pretty sad, since Nintendo didn't really say anything. Like they just said, "Oh, it's discontinued. That's it. Goodbye."
Also, they just didn't stock it well, because by the end of December, which I think was like at the end of the first month, the NES Classic released in November, and by December they only sold 200,000, which is weird because I feel like that would sell a lot more if they stocked more. So they obviously did not do that.
I have no idea why Nintendo just doesn't make enough of anything. Same thing with the Switches. Like the Switches is selling a lot.
I mean,
but
like
more than I thought.
That's in high demand though.
That's true. I guess they're like, oh shit, people are buying our systems again. We're not used to that. So
I feel like that they thought that the NES Classic wouldn't be as popular as it is. But come on, you guys are. This is literally a nostalgia machine for some people, and it looks just like the original NES box too.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they were surprised that this sold a lot and why it's selling for as much it is on eBay. And it's pretty much just feeding the scalpers more money for some reason. I don't know why, because that could be money in their own pockets, but it's just going to other people that happen to buy it, and they have still held on to it, and now they are reselling it for $200-$300 probably. So that sucks. So hopefully with the SNES Classic, they have more stock. They are, I guess, having the stores limit the amount that people can buy, because I would assume people have just walked up into a store and then just bought all of the NES Classics, because they're like $60, so it's not even that much. So I don't know. Hopefully that if the SNES Classic does come out and this is true, that they'll do a lot better in terms of stocking and limiting on how many a person can buy. Maybe like limit to 2 or something like that.
Yeah, but I'm excited for the SNES Classic. I wasn't really excited for the NES Classic because NES games are pretty simple and it's like whatever. But I could see myself buying the SNES Classic, mostly because it's a pretty good deal. Because I'm pretty sure if you buy each one individually in like the virtual console, it would cost way more than $60.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah. So I think it's a good deal.
So the Star Wars Last Jedi trailer came out, and that has pretty much blown up the internet in some way, shape, or form. So
so they didn't really show a lot.
Yeah, it's just a teaser trailer.
Yeah, it was just a teaser. It was just like flying around and stuff. But Luke sets on like, oh, like something about Jedi and just shouldn't exist anymore or something. It's been a while since I saw it last week. But people are like, oh, is Luke evil? And I'm like, nah, he's not. Like, I don't know why he would be. Like, he's not. I think he just, like, lost hope or whatever. And I think Rey is going to be, like, the new Luke, basically. So I think that's what's going to happen. I'm not too sure because it's, like, they didn't really show much, obviously, because it's a teaser. But, you know, I am excited, you know. I thought Rogue One was okay. I like Rogue One. But, and, you know, I do think Force Awakens got a lot of hate for no reason. Like, I know it's mostly just, you know, a remake.
Oh, yeah. People are like, it's just like a soft reboot. But still, it was a fun movie, and I really did like it, to be honest.
Yeah, I really like The Force Awakens. So I think The Last Jedi would be great. I think people are way too harsh on the new trilogy for some reason. Even though I think the prequels are like the only good like prequel was like 3, and that wasn't even that good either. So
yeah,
it was just okay.
A lot of people are like overhyping like this one teaser trailer and like that poster that they showed off. So
yeah,
I don't know, guys, you know, calm down a little. You know, it's just a teaser trailer. We barely know anything about this movie. A lot of people are just speculating and stuff, but even then, I'm excited for it. You know, this is another Star Wars movie, and when I saw Force Awakens in theaters, I was excited for it, and I came out of that theater, you know, very happy with the final result. So I am expecting the same for this one, and it should be coming out December 15th of this year. So there's still a long time before this movie comes out. So just can't wait for more details and possibly more trailers to come out for this movie.
Yep. All right, so Sony is going to be releasing a PS4 1TB model, and it's going to be the same price as the current 500 GB model. So that's like really good. Obviously, it's not the PS4. It's not the PS4 Pro, but still like. You know, like, the Pro is, like, who really cares?
I mean, like, people who want, like, I guess, 60 FPS, you know, really nice 4K graphics and all that other stuff. But you know what? Just to, like, the normal consumer, I'm glad that they are switching to 1TB, to be honest, because a lot of people are downloading their games, and, you know, when you buy multiple games and you download them, that takes up a lot of space. And I, myself, me sharing my PS4 with my brother, I've already ran out of space, and I've had to delete something off of my PS4. I forget what it was, but I had to delete something just so I can make more space for him. So 1TB, I think that is probably the best that we can do for right now until, you know, more games come out and then, you know, games get bigger, etc. So I mean, $300 for a 1TB PS4 is a pretty good deal, I would say.
Yeah, it's really good. You know, I think all systems should just like move to like a 1TB hard drive at this point, so you could store a lot of stuff. Since, like you said, a lot of people just download games now. Even though I still like to buy like boxes for my console games, just because it just feels weird to download stuff if they're not a downloadable game. Because I don't know, I mean I play PC, so I download everything, but I don't know. Just for consoles, it just feels like I need the box because it just feels good. I don't know. But yeah, I do agree that downloading is just like a lot more convenient since you don't have to wait for like you know, anything. So
some people just find it easier to just wait at midnight, download the game there, and then, you know, just play it right then and there. But obviously, you know, some people, they don't have the best internet, so, you know, going out and buying the game is a lot better, and then just installing and downloading the patch, whatever day one patch. So you know, I feel like that's going to hold us back from going full digital, honestly, because, you know, not everyone has like fast speed internet that can just download these games in like, you know, less than half an hour. You know, some people may take a long time to download, you know, like what's a PS4 game that just came out, Horizon Zero Dawn or something like that, you know,
or Persona 4 or something like that.
So
yeah, but yeah, it does look nice. You know, I might consider I need to get a PS4 just for Persona 4 eventually, but you know,
Persona 5.
Or Persona 5, I mean, too. Oof, sorry. Yeah, Persona 5. But yeah, I need to get that just for this, dude. Like, it looks so good. But yeah, there you go. It's a good price, like $300. Like, that's really good.
$300 for a 1TB PS4, not bad. So
yeah, it's really good.
All right, so now let's get into that Nintendo Direct that happened a little while back.
Yeah.
So the Nintendo Direct was pretty much it was announced to be focusing on ARMS and Splatoon, but there was also a bunch of other just stuff announced in between. So I guess we'll just go through my notes and then pick and choose whatever we want to talk about real quick. So the Pikmin 3DS game actually has a name. It's called Hey Pikmin, and it's going to release on July 28th with a amiibo along with it. And a little after the direct, it was announced that it is being developed by the same team that did Yoshi's New Island. So some people are a little concerned about this new Pikmin game. Obviously, I feel like that a lot of people are just not going to expect anything from it. But hey, I'm a Pikmin fan, and I'll definitely be picking this up when it does come out, unless like the reviews are just really, really poor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's gonna be the greatest thing ever. But I think it'll be fine. Like, I probably won't pick it up, obviously, but I think it'll be okay.
Because this is a platformer and not a strategy game now, so
yeah,
it's moving genres, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So
yeah. All right. So Ever Oasis is coming out June 23rd, and this game looks nice. It's like a weird mix of like dungeon crawling and like Animal Crossing. The new trailer they showed was kind of weird. It was like some weeby stuff. It's like about friendship. I'm like, all right, that's good. But like the last trailer you showed me was better. It would just show you fighting monsters and building a town and stuff. This game looks interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm not a huge RPG guy like you are, but you know, it looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with the next game, Monster Hunter Stories, which is basically like Pokemon with Monster Hunter. Which sounds interesting. Like, I love Monster Hunter as it is, but I know that's not for everyone since it's a very slow-paced game. But this game is going a more traditional like RPG route, where it's like, oh, you could train your monsters like Pokemon and breed them and stuff, and that looks very interesting, and I might get that as well. You know, 3DS is still. I think this is the last of the 3DS games, and they might be moving to the Switch because these games are all like sort of announced last year. So so I think these are just like the last big games coming out for the 3DS. So yeah, and you know, Yokai Watch 2, but no one cares.
I actually missed the release date on that. That's why it says fall ? But anyways, I guess we'll just skip these two games. There's gonna be a RPG Maker game coming to the 3DS June 27th.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know on how that'll work because we've had RPG Maker on Steam for a while now. Yeah. So on 3DS, I wonder if people will actually take advantage of this game and try to make a full RPG with it. But we'll see. Miitopia. This was. I completely thought that this was like a Street Pass game, but this is actually like a RPG with Miis, and
yeah,
it's interesting. It's coming out this year in 2017. There's no like release date or anything like that. So, but they announced that Fire Emblem Echoes Shadow of Valentia will actually be getting DLC. You could either buy them individually or a season pass. Since Nintendo is all new to this DLC thing, I'm fine with it. You know, they haven't done anything shady thus far. You know, that Zelda season pass, they came out with the launch of the game, and no one has said anything bad about it. You know, so I'm confident that this will not be shady or, you know, have content within the 3DS card itself or anything like that. So
it's probably gonna be like you know, Fire Emblem Awakening, where it's just like, oh, you play these maps to get like more XP and stuff. So probably be the same thing for this too. I'm really excited for that game. I don't know when it's launching. I forgot.
I think it should come out like May something or something like that. So
I love my Fire Emblem, so that would be great. Oh yeah, Kirby's 30th anniversary. They're actually doing stuff, not like poor Metroid. But yeah, a free game came out called Team Kirby Clash Deluxe. I will be talking about that because I did play it. I don't want to talk about it right now though. Kirby's Blowout Blast, which is coming out summer, and I think I pay for that one. And a new multiplayer action game coming out in holiday. I don't know what that means, but sure.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. It's also supposed to be coming out for the 3DS as well. Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure on how this will turn out, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah,
the interesting thing is both of those games were in Planet Robobot, so they just extended them basically. So I mean, it's not the best 30th anniversary, but it's just like, yeah, here's something. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Hey man, maybe they could drop something during E3. We don't know, you know.
That's true. I would like a Switch Kirby game, but that's not until for a while probably.
Hopefully, it's not a spin-off a game like with the Wii U.
Probably will.
Moving on, we got Bye Bye Box Boy. I was hoping for this game to come out within the West soon because it was out in Japan for a while now, but now it's finally out here. I played the original Box Boy. That game was pretty fun. I haven't played the sequel, and obviously this one just came out when the direct happened, and you can use amiibos to get various costumes for Box Boy himself. So, and then in terms of amiibo news, we got new Zelda amiibo coming out on the 23rd of June, and those are Majora's Mask, Skyward Sword, and Twilight Princess amiibos, and I think all of those are going to be exclusive to one store or another, which is stupid. Honestly, like, it just brings flashbacks to when I was like trying to get certain amiibos at like certain locations and stuff. Like, I mean, hopefully that they'll like have them like plenty stocked, because you know, when I went to go get my Meta Knight amiibo at Best Buy, you know, people just, there was like this group of brothers that pretty much each of them bought one, and I would assume to resell later. So, you know, that just sucked, but you know, what can I do about it at the time other than just sit there and be like, well, I guess I gotta go home now. So
basically,
but they finally unveiled the last 3 amiibos for Smash Brothers, Cloud, Corn, and Bayonetta, July 21st, and those are gonna have alternate costumes. Yeah, and those alternate costumes will be exclusive to certain stores. So,
God damn it! Like, I want that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, those are just alternate costumes though, and I believe the Cloud and the Twilight Princess Zelda one already went up on GameStop, and they both sold out online. But I would imagine if you just go to the store on the day of, they'll probably have plenty. So
yeah, I mean, I want the Advent Children Cloud.
Yeah, we don't know any of the other exclusives at the moment, so we'll just have to go and wait and see. Well, moving on to ARMS. ARMS, you know, it's the new Switch game that looks like to be the Splatoon of the Switch, I would say. But they showed off that you can use a bunch of different arms, and you can mix and match them too, so that's pretty unique and different. And there are character specific block moves and stuff like that, and they also unveiled a new character, Min Min or something like that.
Yeah.
Ramen Girl, as I call
it's just her. Ramen arms.
Noodle arms. But the game is supposed to launch on June 17th, so that's actually not that far. So
what do you think? When Splatoon first got released and like unveiled and stuff, I thought it was stupid, but then I loved it. So I'm not as judgmental about this game as much, because I'm like, it could be good, because I thought Splatoon looked really dumb, and then when I played it, it was really fun. So I'm a little more open-minded about it. I mean, I still think it looks a little like okay, but I think it could be good. I wouldn't pay $60 for it. Like, if I'm gonna wait,
I don't know. I'll just wait until ARMS comes out and then see what people say, and then I'll make my decision on buying it. Because like, if you buy it, I'll buy it. Like, definitely, so we can like play online and stuff like that. So
yeah, but you know, I'm a little more open minded about it, because I know Nintendo could do some cool stuff like with Splatoon and stuff. So I believe in them.
Even if the subject matter's a little weird, you know, squids and kids, and you know, all of a sudden it's like a freaking amazing game. So
yeah,
but you know, with these characters, it's like they have arms and they use them to punch each other. So I'm definitely hopeful for ARMS, and hope that, you know, when it does come out, a lot of people are saying positive things about it. So
yeah,
the next thing that they showed off was a new Joy-Con color. It's called Neon Yellow, and it looked weird, definitely.
I didn't like it. I like my gray one.
Yeah, the gray ones are good. The red and blue ones are pretty good as well. But the yellow one, I think, is a little bit too much in my opinion. But that just means that they'll come out with more colors later down the road, just like what they did with the Wiimotes. Maybe we'll get like Mario and Luigi themed Joy-Cons. Who knows? So, but they also announced a attachment for the Switch to go and have the battery be longer, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, it's a battery for the Joy-Cons, which is kind of like, I heard the Joy-Cons have pretty good battery life, so I don't know why. Like, I feel like the Switch needs that, to be honest. Only lasts like 2.5 hours, so.
Yeah, so. And then they announced a bunch of stuff for the Switch, so I guess we'll just pick and choose which ones we want to talk about real quick. So, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they just showed off more stuff for that, I think. And that game has been getting a lot of positive reviews on Metacritic. So I'm definitely very hopeful for that game. I think it has like a 90-something on Metacritic right now. So
I mean, I already pre-ordered it because I barely played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U.
Yeah,
like,
Mario Kart 8's really good. So
yeah.
now that it has all of the DLC, and then and then some with, you know, the Splatoon characters, and then the improved battle mode. I think that this is definitely the definitive version of Mario Kart 8. So
yeah, I'm really excited because I barely played Mario Kart 8 for some reason, even though it's really good. I just never played it. So I think I'll play a lot more of it on the Switch. Alright, so yeah, they also like released Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challenges, where you can switch between the original and HD graphics, which is really cool. And there's gonna be 2 new fighters to it, Evil Ken and Violent Ken, or Evil Ryu.
Yeah, I don't know about those names.
Yeah, it's like Violent Ken. That's really edgy. But yeah, I mean, it looks good. You know, it's just Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2. So I think that this is actually going to retail for like $40 or something like that, which I think is a bit steep.
It is a bit steep. I think it should have been like 20 or something.
Yeah, 20 at most, you know, but whatever. Yeah. That game's supposed to come out on May 26th. And then they obviously had to show off Minecraft for the Switch because, you know, there's a lot of kids that want to play Minecraft on their new Nintendo Switches. And it'll actually have up to 8-player online. And there's going to be a Mario skin pack. And that will come out on May 11th. So that is pretty cool. They showed off a bunch of Neo Geo games. They showed off a new Sonic Forces trailer.
Yeah, there's like...
So they showed off some gameplay. Some like new bits of gameplay with like classic Sonic and stuff, and then they showed off a new ally, and a lot of people were just like, yo, it's Bubsy, because it actually, like, now that I look back at the trailer, it actually kind of does look like Bubsy, and I hope that it's not Bubsy or like not a orange cat at all.
I thought it could be Blaze. I don't know.
It could be Blaze, but like
that kind of
silhouette, yeah, I don't know, but who knows. They also said that it was a new ally, so
yeah, new character voice.
New character for the Sonic Forces game, and that'll obviously be coming out at the holiday of this year. And then Sonic Mania Summer once again, and then some other stuff was announced. Monopoly for some reason. Payday 2.
Payday 2 came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I actually did not expect Payday 2 to even make its way onto the Switch, but now that they showed it off, I'm like, hey, that looks pretty cool. I haven't played Payday 2 in a long time on Steam, but when I did play it, it was pretty fun, especially when you work together with your friends to try to do a mission on like the hardest difficulty or whatever, and, you know, like not get caught and stuff like that. So it's a fun game. So but they announced a Splatoon tournament for the Wii U, and I forget exactly.
18 plus.
Yeah, I forget exactly what the details were and like what you're trying to win for and stuff like that, but there's a Splatoon tournament, so there's that. And then let's just jump into Splatoon 2, and like I thought that this was actually going to be like a much bigger, I guess, thing, but they only showed off a new mode which is called Salem Run, which is pretty much a horde mode. And I mean, like, it looked fun. I feel like that was it up to like 4 players, right?
Yeah, it's 4.
So like I feel like that, you know, me, you, and 2 other their friends could definitely have a blast with this mode and see exactly how far we can get. Because I have a lot of memories playing Call of Duty Zombies with a bunch of my friends, and, you know, just doing that was pretty fun. So I could definitely see us doing the same with this new mode in Splatoon 2.
Yeah, I have a lot of memories of a Man vs. Machine for TF2. So you know, I could see this being fun. I really like horde mode. It's always fun to have a PvE mode, and I'm glad it's having it because, you know, it's nice to have more modes. You know, I think that's what Splatoon lacked a lot, because you could only really play turf war. Yeah, it was like variety. I also hope there's like more than 2 stages in a rotation, because that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get more of that. And they also announced 3 new amiibos, which are basically like different. It's like alt characters of, like, you know, you got Squid Girl, Boy, and like Squid. Yeah,
but just for Splatoon 2. So.
Yeah, first, like, with the new hairstyles and stuff. And it's coming out July 21st. And
which is actually a couple months from now. So
yeah, so it's like Nintendo's sort of having a major release every month except May. I'm pretty sure. Like April is Mario Kart, June is ARMS, and then Splatoon is July. I don't know what they're gonna do after that, but that's what they have right now. And I think that's pretty good. You know, like, I think people are super harsh on the Switch for like no reason, but I do think it has games. Like it's
probably because like they saw the launch lineup. It's like, wow, it's just Zelda. Wow, this thing's not gonna sell. But everyone bought a Switch just so they could play the new Zelda. So it definitely worked in their favor that way. And this first year of the Switch looks great, but it's a matter of how they'll be able to maintain it, I think. That's true. Because like after this year, after Mario Odyssey, what are they gonna what are they gonna have, and obviously that'll be revealed at E3. So hopefully during E3 we'll see a bunch of games that'll be released next year and get us excited as Switch owners, I would say. So
yeah. And I mean, a lot of people also said the Switch is very easy to work with, so hopefully we can see a lot more ports and stuff, because a lot of people have been saying that. So
yeah, that's good for game developers. So
yeah, and good for indies.
Same thing for indies. So they don't have to like work around the Switch's, I guess,
hardware.
Engine, hardware, whatever. So. Now let's get into games we have been playing recently. So I guess I'll start with you because you talked about that Team Kirby Clash Deluxe game that you played. So talk about that for a little bit.
So when they said, it's available now, I'm like, all right, I guess I'll get it. So it says free to start. So I thought that meant, you can play like the first level, then you gotta pay for it. So I'm like, okay. But when I started playing it, it was like, it acts like a mobile game where it's like, you could do a certain amount of things. But Fire Emblem Heroes, when you do something and then it uses like stamina or something, and you have to wait a little bit of time and then recharges. It works like that. So I was like, okay, so they're going for like a weird mobile game route on the 3DS. And basically the gameplay is exactly the same thing, like that minigame in Robobot. It just like a lot more content in it. So that's cool. I like that mode. It's just like you got 4 people, like sword, hammer, like beam, and like heal. So it was it's still the same thing, but you just get more bosses and stuff. They have microtransactions. Obviously, you could buy something called gem apples, which are like the currency for that game. You could either get it from defeating the bosses or from getting it from like this tree in the middle, but it recharges every like 12 hours. Or you could just buy like 50 gem apples for like $1, and it like upgrades your like gem tree, so you get more gems per day. Like it really wants you to buy these gem apples. But from what I've been playing, it's good. Like I haven't really hit a wall like where I felt like I have to pay, and I mostly play it for like an hour and then just stop. Like I haven't played it for a while. I just played it like 3 days in a row, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. But it doesn't really force you to pay for anything. Not from what I could tell. It's very light. Like you could just wait. Like I don't see myself ever putting $20 in this so I could like get the best gear or whatever. It's just not necessary. But besides that, it's fine. It's a fine free-to-play game. I actually prefer this than the other mobile games that they have. I like this model where it's like an actual game and just have microtransactions in it. And it's not bad. It's there. Really not much to say about it. Like I do like all the content because I like the mini game in Robobot. But besides that, it's fine. I haven't heard too many people talk about it. So
I saw Ant Dude's
I saw Ant Dude's thing about it too. Yeah. So exactly what he said. Like I think it's fine. Like I don't really feel like it does get hard though. Like you have to like.
It looks like that for a while you could just play it and not have to buy anything, and then at a certain point you'll just be like, all right, I actually can't do anything. So. Just like what he did in his video, you just had to shell out $20 real quick. But you know what? The game's free, and if you're that invested into the game at that point, I think it kind of makes sense. And I think that's exactly the plan that they wanted to do with this game. So, I mean, like, the free-to-play route is definitely becoming a lot more, how do I say this, common nowadays, with like PC games, mobile games, and now it's moving on to just like handheld and console games. You start out free to play, and then eventually if you want to spend some money here and there, you can do that. So honestly, the free to play model seems to be working out for Nintendo, and I hope that they experiment with this model a lot more in the future.
I would like to see them do more of it, as they really want to make this work. Like they really want to move into the mobile territory. But besides that, I've been actually using my Switch a lot. I took like a 2-week break after I finished Zelda. I was just playing like Final Fantasy 14 and stuff. But then I came back to my Switch because I did buy Shovel Knight when I got my Switch. I'm like, I could play some Shovel Knight, but I just ended up playing Zelda for like 60 hours. So Shovel Knight is great. I already played through Shovel Knight like 2014, so like 3 years ago. It was a great game. I played through it again. I'm like, that's great. So I didn't play through the other 2 campaigns that came out, which is Plague Knight and Spectral Knight. So I played through the Plague Knight campaign, and it's good. He's not as fun as Shovel Knight because he can't do the pogo bounce thing, and you're not as like mobile. Like you kind of just like throw bombs at people, and you can hold the jump button and get like a rocket jump sort of thing going on, and it's fine. I liked it, but it wasn't as fun as the Shovel Knight story. But Spectral Knight, the new like campaign that came out, is like really fun. He could like wall jump. He could like do this thing where you like jump and press like the attack button, and you sort of like dash to the person next to you. Like it's sort of weird, but like they do some clever platforming.
So like mid-air dash attack sort of.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, but you need like a target to do it. So
okay.
Yeah, it gets interesting. Like it's really fun. He's probably the best campaign I played right now. It's a bit short though. Like I'm not done with it, but I'm almost done. I'm only like 2 hours in, so that it's probably the shortest one, but it's still really good. You know, if you haven't bought Shovel Knight yet, you should probably buy it because it's really good. But besides that, I've also been playing Isaac on my Switch again. I thought the controls were very awkward at first, but I was so used to my keyboard, so I was trying to use the D-pad and like the A, B, Y, and X to shoot. And that doesn't work well on the Switch, so I just ended up using the 2 analog sticks, and it works a lot better. But yeah, it's great. You know, I think I really warmed up to the controls. It took me a bit, but I feel like I can actually play that game on the Switch now, which is good because I spent $40 on it. But besides that, there's also a lot of cool eShop games that I want to get. I bought Blaster Master Zero because I heard it was pretty good. I'm probably going to play that after Shovel Knight when I'm done with that. And that should hold me over until Mario Kart comes out.
Yeah, there's a lot of eShop games that I personally want to get, like Graceful Explosion Machine, Mr. Shifty, Snake Pass. You know, there's just a lot of stuff on the eShop for the Switch that I'm actually surprised that there's this much content within, you know, the first month of the Switch's release. So
yeah, there's some good stuff on there.
Very happy with the content Nintendo is allowing on their eShop. So.
Yeah. And that's about it.
Okay. Well, what have I been playing? League of Legends, and I've been getting fairly unlucky, or I'm just bad, because I'm now D5 0 LP. That's a sad life.
Oh,
but
feels bad.
Hopefully I'll be able to bounce back and, you know, climb back up. So anything else I have been playing? Did I talk about the Walking Dead episode that I played? I think I did.
So. Did you?
But if I didn't, the last Walking Dead episode that has been released, episode 3, it's been a while since they released a episode, because they released the Walking Dead season 3 with 2 episodes. So when they did the 3rd episode, it was like huge gaps. So like I forgot some of the characters' names and stuff like that. But you know, obviously I remember the main character's name, Javi, and you know, Clementine, obviously. So. But the 3rd episode was pretty good. A lot of people are actually saying that this season's pretty weak. Depending on how this season ends, I'll be the judge of that, because I don't think it's as weak as a lot of people are saying. I think it's because like the main focus isn't Clementine this time around, and like it's on these new characters, and I feel like a lot of people aren't just warming up to these new characters. Like I guess from my perspective, you know, Javi is like a little brother, and I can relate to that because I am a little brother. So in that aspect, I can relate to him and see him as, you know, a character that I can appreciate. So I don't know, maybe that's just a slight bias of mine, but this episode of The Walking Dead was pretty good, I think, and it'll definitely lead up to the next episode, episode 4, which I will definitely be talking about the next podcast, because that will be coming out this upcoming Tuesday, which I'm very surprised that they are releasing this episode so soon. So hopefully the finale will be a big finale that I can appreciate and like. So but other than that, you know, played golf with your friends, you know.
Oh, yeah.
This is a game that Damian has been playing for a while now with some other people, but you know, recently me and my other friends have gone into it, and it's actually pretty fun. You know, like it's literally just golf with your friends, and you know, there's settings that you can manipulate and stuff like that, and it's pretty fun. So
yeah, it's really good. You should buy it.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't think there's much else I have been playing. I guess now we can talk about Your Name.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the anime movie that I am very, very happy that I watched, and I just like the movie a lot. Like, that's all I can really say about it without really spoiling too much about it.
I've been reading a lot of other people's things about it, and yeah, it's like the first like 30 minutes is like very weeby, and it's just like all right, and then after that it gets like, oh my god, I love this movie. It's really good. Like it really surprised me out of nowhere, and I got super invested for like no reason. It was really good. It's a good movie.
Yeah, Your Name, as a person that doesn't watch a lot of anime, like, the most anime that I'll watch is Dragon Ball Z. And, like, even Naruto, despite me liking the Naruto games, I will never sit down and watch the Naruto anime because there's so much filler and just, like, crap in there.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, most of the anime I watch are very, like, you just beat people up, like, or giant robots and stuff, so I'm not really into that slice of life stuff because it's, like, I don't like this. But this was good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, this was a great anime film. Even if you don't watch anime or like don't get Japanese culture, I feel like that there's some aspects of this movie that you can appreciate and can like and take from this movie, honestly. Because like, all right, so this is pretty much said in the trailers that, like, you know, they're body swapping. You know, these two characters, you know, when they go to sleep, they wake up, they're suddenly in each other's bodies, and then they go back to sleep, and then they are back to their normal selves. So that's how the movie starts off, but that's not how the movie ends, if I'll put it at that. And like the major twist at the middle is just like so mind-blowing, and like it just changed the entire pace of the movie. And I think it did a pretty good job towards the later half of the movie, especially like you said, you know, the first 30 minutes, it's all like weeby stuff, you know, but the later half is just so good. And honestly, I cannot wait for this thing to come out on Blu-ray because I just want to watch it again, because I don't want to drive all the way out, like I think it's like 10 miles just to go watch it again, you know, from the theater that we saw it at. So I just want it to come out on Blu-ray so I could watch it again. And yeah, it's just a really good film. And I had to go and write about this film in my journalism class because, you know, I had to do like a feature story or whatever. And, you know, one of the things that I could have done was a countdown list. And I did, you know, 3 movies that I saw this year. And the number 1 movie that I said for this year was Your Name, because Your Name is that good. And it has left an impact on me that I just can't put to words, honestly. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just fanboying right now, but this is just a really good anime film. So
yeah, no, it was really good. I never got that invested in a movie for a while, so that it felt nice.
Yeah, it was definitely a different movie that I have seen in quite some time. Like I've never seen a film like this before, and you know, I'm a person that is not into romantic dramas like this movie is. You know, it is a anime movie that is surrounded on these two characters that have some romance and some drama happen in between, but you know, it's in a different way from the normal romantic drama movies, if I could put it at that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that is all I gotta say for Your Name, and I think that's all we have to say for this episode of the Two Players Podcast. Thank you guys for listening once again. We will see you guys 2 weeks from now with episode 33. See you guys then.
Bye.